you have to wonder what the impetus was to have such a really spectacular, incredible display of really amazing people marching in the streets. But here it goes to show you, we're kind of like living in idiocracy right now. This is just a small excerpt from the march that happened earlier today in celebration of Trump's birthday, but also in celebration of 250 years of the U.S. Army, the first branch of the military that was established many, many years ago.
Special thanks to our sponsor, Coinbase.
I didn't realize that we were in the business of sponsoring our military marches. I would like to know how much money Coinbase actually spent on today's festivities. I can assure you that the only reason why they would do such a thing, as is everything in this country, it's all about give and take. Grease my wheels, I'll grease yours. Coinbase tosses several $1 million to Trump's party, and he'll cry if he wants to. Well, as we know, we have a president that is extremely favorable to the crypto world now because they've donated so much money to his electoral efforts. And now as president, they want to ensure their investment is successful. That is the whole purpose of doing something as jingoistic as this event was. But then you have an organization like Coinbase. What would be the purpose of them in sponsoring this event? Well, the justification that everyone is going to say, especially the die-in-the-wool Trump supporters, well, it did cost $45 million, but we got big sponsorships, so they're going to end up paying for it. Yeah, and you're going to end up paying for it a lot harder because Coinbase is not giving a substantial amount of money in front of millions upon millions of people who saw this event today and are now going to say, what are you going to do for us? No one's giving out that type of money to sponsor this event unless they know they're getting something in return. That's a fact. That is how this works. That is the only reason why something like this would happen. So now some legislation is going to make it to the congressional floor that is going to be very crypto friendly, and odds are it's going to pass because we are living in idiocracy. Now, I'm not saying that this is anything different than, and Equanos, I don't know if I agree with that. Actually, I don't. We don't know the full extent of what that's all about just yet. So we have to keep that in mind. So let's not jump to conclusions just yet. There's clearly going to be more to it, and I'm going to get to the Netanyahu story very shortly because that was the main impetus of me coming live with you guys tonight, was to talk about just that and the layer upon layers that go into that whole story. These are very trying times, and a big reason for that is because we are now living in what would be considered the full realization of the corporatization of our society. That there is no stone that has been left unturned. If there is a price, it will be met. And in this case, it is very real that we are living in some form of an oligarchic, if not outright fascistic, society today, where the corporate state has merged with government, fully merged. As I said, this is the United States Army 250th birthday, President Trump's 79th birthday. And it was a really great birthday, and I loved it tremendously. You're all really great people, tremendous people. What the hell does a private sector mega giant like Coinbase have to do with government affairs? Well, that's what happens when you have the merging of the corporate state and the government. That's why this happened. That's the big story. Not that Trump went absolutely apeshit for his birthday celebration, which was done in conjunction with the 250th birthday of the U.S. Army. So keep that in mind. Everyone thinks that this was strictly about Trump's birthday. No, it wasn't. It was also in part because of the United States Army. With that being said, this is the big story. Corporate sponsorship. As I said, no one is sponsoring an event like this unless they're intending to get something in return. And as we know, the crypto world, the Peter Thiels, the Alex Karps, all of these corporate fascistic type of individuals who have no loyalty to the United States whatsoever. They don't give a fuck about our country. They just give a fuck about their bottom line, and they will get it by any means necessary. And so right now, as was brought to my attention earlier, as it should come as no surprise to any of you guys, you already have tons of people trading on inside information as soon as Israel was dropping bombs on Tehran. They probably didn't anticipate that Iran was going to do the same to Tel Aviv. In fact, I don't know if anyone in the audience happens to know this or not, because I don't want to misspeak. And obviously, if Jen were here, she could speak more to it than I certainly can. But what I would be curious to know is, has Tel Aviv ever faced this type of attack? I don't know. Maybe they've been bombed a time or two in the past, but Iran is making it painfully clear that this is going to be relentless, that they're coming for them and they will not back off. That's what's going to happen. Now, as I have been ranting here, I know you guys are going to find this incredibly impressive, and I am extremely impressed with our wonderful Saturday night audience, to the point at which I'm now going to have to consider what we're going to do as a channel and if this makes sense. We have passed the 500 live viewer mark for the very first time. If you guys are here for the very first time, our channel is Generational Change with a J. Our mission, which has been a mission for quite some time, is to transform politics into service. We are not here to go on one side versus the other side. I am not left, I am not right, I am not red, I am not blue. I am the red, white, and blue. I am for the United States of America. I am not for the leadership of the United States of America. I'm for we the people. Jen is for we the people. That's what we're here for. And that's why you guys are here. So if you haven't as of yet, please smash that like button. Please make sure that you are subscribed. Please make sure that you click the bell. Please make sure that you share our live stream with whomever you can so that they know about our channel. We have a lot of big things coming up this week, so I will inform you guys what to expect. Under normal circumstances, we live stream on Mondays and Thursdays at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. This Monday, we will have our good friend, Steve Grumbine from Real Progressives. He will be co-hosting with me. And then on Thursday, we will have our friend Kit Cabello from Hard Lens Media. He will be co-hosting with me then. And Kat Negrita is absolutely right. 648 of you are here, but only 133 likes. If you would be so kind and considerate, we would really appreciate it if you smash that like button. That will help get this stream out to even more people, and you'll be able to determine whether or not this is a channel that you want to support. We certainly hope that you do. We have been growing at an exponential pace over the past several weeks. We are extremely grateful for that. To say that it is gratifying would be an understatement. We just passed 28,000 subscribers. We are slowly but surely creeping up the ladder, as we will continue to try to do so as we go forward. We are very much on board with the idea of forming coalitions with a lot of other people on other networks that are on the same mission. Our friends over at Status Quo News, led by Jordan Sheraton, and of course, our trusty MVP behind the scenes, Colin Tooley, who is also the producer of Status Quo News. Obviously, we mentioned Hardlines Media, Real Progressives. We are also very friendly with a number of other channels, including Savvy Sabs, including Brianna Joy Gray, including Dude Dissonance, including our friend Willie Bragg of the Willie Bragg Show. You see, our goal is to try to bring together as many people as we can. And you're absolutely right, Brian. That is the best way to describe it. And we're going to get to that story very, very shortly. And I can only hope. No, thank you, Abdul, and thank every one of you that are here. See, we don't have a channel without you guys. Gene, clearly there's something going on with Greece. We don't know what it is, but we definitely hope to learn about it as soon as possible. But I leave this image up here for a reason. We constantly ask ourselves, what is it that has brought our country in many ways to its knees? Now, obviously, the Israel lobby has a lot to do with that. But the big reason that we are facing this circumstance, Peter, we have not collaborated with Glenn Greenwald as of yet, but we certainly look forward to doing so. And we'll be more than happy to have him on the channel. We have emailed him. We are trying. And yes, Kevin, grease is the word. Greasing the skids, if you will, which clearly has to be the case. As we know, Netanyahu, and we're going to get to the full story in a minute, but Netanyahu is a wanted war criminal all over the world. So what exactly did he do to be able to get asylum? Because that's really what it is. He has been granted asylum in Athens, Greece. And that's where he is. So you got to ask yourself, what exactly did he do? What exactly did the Zionists do to convince Greece that they should take him?